Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to series 1 of 911. This is episode 2. Last episode we watched the pilot and that was so good. So good. I haven't even edited it yet, but I'm dying to watch the next one, so I thought I'd jump into it and do it today. But I really enjoyed everything about it. It was very Ryan Murphy, very flashy, hot guys, good looking women, a couple of the same actors he tends to use in a few things. But it was really good. I really enjoyed all the characters. I got to meet the first responder who was the lady who took the call, that was Connie Britton. We met in particular 2 firemen, but there was a couple of individual minor ones that we saw as well. And we met the police officer, Angela Bassett, so that was pretty cool. I'm still amazed by how much the actual cases that were going on really emotionally affected me. In particular, that first one with the baby, that hit me pretty hard, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen again in this episode, but I don't know, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I am intrigued actually to find out if they have like a couple of cases every episode, if it's just one now, or if that was just a few to kick us into gear to see what kind of stuff they're going to be looking at. I'm actually really excited to find out. So let's jump into the episode. It's called Let Go. And normally, if this is the first show of mine that you're watching, I try and guess what the episode's going to be about based on the title. Let Go. I don't know the characters enough to know if it's about characters, what they're going through, or the cases themselves. I'm also interested to know if we find out more about Angela Bassett's home life, because obviously we found out her husband is gay and he came out to the kids, and that's not going to be an easy ride for them lot. So let's see what happens in this episode. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below and let me know if you're enjoying 911 and if you're enjoying my reactions. And there's a Patreon link down below if you want to be really nice to help support the channel and watch the full reactions to this episode as well as the next couple in advance. Let's jump into season 1, episode 2, Let Go. Oh god. Please don't be a roller coaster derailing, that freaks me out.
I know. People are flipping out, isn't it great?
I don't need to experience the kind of bowel clenching fear that causes people to scream like that. By the way, bowel clenching is another thing I'm afraid of.
You're clenching your butt cheeks, aren't you?
I hate you!
That scared the crap out of me!
Rollercoaster? He's just lying on the ground. He's not moving. Send an ambulance.
Hang in there, guys. I'm coming. I'm almost here. What happened to Chad? He's dead, isn't he?
What's your plan here?
Look at me. Chad, he's getting help. You see? He's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, all right? Is everyone okay?
No, we're not okay.
Come on.
Can you tell them to stop recording, please? I don't want them to see me like
So,
this.
Devin, I need you to concentrate. Slide your arm through the loop, and then we can deal with everything else. All right. Hey, reach up your head. Come on, it's like 3 inches. You can do this. I got you. Devin.
He's gonna fall,
I
isn't he?
need you to trust me.
He's gonna fall.
Give me your hand.
I can't.
I hate this show. I have chills down my spine.
Now, all he had to do was reach up and grab my hand. People do funny things at times like that. You know, sometimes they just freeze up. Never lost anyone.
Poor guys.
Get any easier?
No.
Look, people dying, that's part of the gig, right? See, your problem is you're looking at every job like it's a long-term relationship. They're one-night stands, man. In that moment, they mean everything to you. But once the morning comes, it's on to the next one.
Harsh, but true. You gotta care, but you gotta be able to switch off. It's so difficult.
We take the uniform off at the end of the day, it symbolizes letting go. All the sad, crazy, inhumane things we've seen that day.
I see his face every time I close my eyes. That happened to you guys?
I could not do what they do. I could not.
Buck?
He wouldn't give me his hand. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he would do that.
He's responsible for saving 4 on the ride. All he wanted
Mom?
That amount of gill has got to be awful.
Oh my God, you're on time.
Yes. Okay?
Yeah.
Last girl was dead late all the time.
In the bathroom.
Okay, take your right hand and put it on the doorknob and turn it. Okay. If that doesn't work, turn it the other way.
Oh. Okay.
She really has a good way of communicating with people, which is just when you're the child, it's got to be so frustrating. I can't even imagine where she talked. Yeah.
Hey, what you're being asked to do is so hard. It's like one long emergency, okay? But I'm here to help now. This is what I do.
Do you want to move in? You can have my room, bring your family, bring your husband, whoever you got.
When did you start feeling sick? This morning? You got a test or something today that you're not ready for?
I said I'm sick.
We've all pulled that in school.
Hey, animal control is on the way, okay? But in the meantime, I would stop spraying them with that. It's just gonna piss them off. What am I supposed to do? Stand still. Stand still. The more activity they see, the more excited they're gonna get.
Crap, for a bagger. I was hoping to save one for lunch. You ready? Got your back.
Oh, that's why she went. Oh, okay.
No, shooting them just gonna piss them off. I got something much more effective.
Food. How did two crazy dogs get in your house? Is the question.
You happen to notice what I noticed inside there? It was fire.
Oh yeah.
What you talking about? I'm talking about that sweet smile and broad shoulders. Mr. Sweet Smile was asking me about you.
Then he a bigger dog.
I like her as well. She seems fun.
It's closed.
So how did the dogs get in?
So is the front door. Dogs can't get inside unless they live here.
I said that. Oh, the guy was like a broke in.
What happened to my dogs?
The Dobermans.
You'll be happy to know they've been fed and they're safe. Problem is,
Okay, good.
you've been burglarized, and I let them get away.
Yeah.
You want a glass of wine?
I do.
You've earned it. Go get yourself a glass in the kitchen.
Oh, she's great. I love her.
My husband and I are in a fight, so I can't go home until he moves from the I never want to see her again feeling to the oh no, did I go too far? Is she ever coming back? I've got to treat her right when she comes home feeling.
She keeps having this thing for Buck.
Holy crap, he's gone national.
You know that big hunk of man me?
Does she like Buck?
My job. I'm happy we were able to help the people we helped, and I'm really sorry.
He's a dog. You're a cougar. Oh,
It is not like
Go for it,
that.
girl.
Look, you know what? I save people's lives every day. And he is the first person in years that actually has said, thank you, Abby.
This is also
Great
true.
job. You're a hero, too.
But that might have sparked the
He needs
passion inside of her.
He's got so much pain in his face. It seemed like maybe you're having a hard time.
Yeah. How'd you know?
In my job, you kind of learn how to read people just based on the sound of their voice.
Thank you for noticing. Everywhere I go now, people are patting me on the back, and I just want to scream back at them. You know, people died. I had to watch them die. Look, I just wanted to say how sorry I am. It's only my 4th month on the job. Never lost anyone before this.
What really happened up there?
He gave up.
Are you saying it's my brother's fault he's dead?
No, that's not what I mean.
My brother was very happy to be alive. He was loved, and he knew it. He wanted to live, and you failed him.
What a bitch. I know she's grieving, but it wasn't his fault by any stretch of the imagination. He did everything he could.
Oh my God, is he looking at me?
Is he gonna fall?
Yes. I don't know. Just act natural. He's looking at me. Look away.
Okay. Why am I so invested in everything in this show? I'm so scared!
Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. He fell.
They wanted machines. People who could flip a switch in their head and turn off every natural, human, instinctive emotion in their body, and I cannot do that. I don't want to do that. I love this job because I get to be the tough guy, but I also get to help people.
Last thing she said to me was please, and then she was gone. Hit by a drunk driver, and I couldn't extract her in time. I'm glad you can't flip that switch. I don't want you to. It's not going to make you a better firefighter. And anybody who tells you that losing someone doesn't affect them is lying.
You're lying or a psychopath.
What is it about discussing your feelings that scares you?
I'm not scared.
I'm angry.
That's good. It's good. It's good that you're expressing it.
I didn't know.
I thought so,
Somewhere,
yeah.
not that deep down, I always knew you were gay. But that's how badly I wanted to make a life with you.
They can still be a family, just not the same sort of family. He's still the father with the kids.
I'm not ready to let it go.
You lost somebody. That's hard.
Yeah, but we lose people. At least that's what everyone keeps telling me.
Was this your first time?
I mean, I've had calls where it was too late, but I've only been doing this not even 6 months. I mean, he wouldn't take my hand.
Maybe he couldn't. Maybe he was too paralyzed with fear, or confused, or who knows. Look.
Did you friend me on Facebook?
That was before this was scheduled.
They're gonna have sex.
You should delete that.
I hope they don't, because that's so inappropriate and so bad for his development and his mental health that he's trying to connect and open up and they hook up.
A celibate life, Michael. I can too.
That's not fair to ask. You might want to go and explore his sexuality.
What?
But I met someone. Athena. I met someone.
Yeah. It's not right for them to stay together. Okay, they're having sex. Yeah, that's so inappropriate.
Okay, where you at?
I'm not far.
Right behind you.
You like dogs? Dobermans? I have one at my place.
Who is this? How'd you get this number?
You called 911.
Okay.
Dumbass.
Dude, you're screwed. She's after you. She's gonna get your ass.
Stupid, huh? You think you can just make me look like a fool and walk away? I do whatever you tell me to.
That's part of the problem,
You bitch! And then you go and cheat on me with some werewolf-looking dick from work.
I did not cheat on you, okay? How many times do I have to say this?
You need to say it more because I do not
Dude.
believe you.
I can't express how much respect I have for these people in these jobs. This is obviously it's heightened for TV, but this could be every day in their lives, and that emotional trauma. God.
Swear to God!
Did you cheat on him?
This is the right time for that.
So that's a yes.
No,
Cheat
it
on him.
isn't.
Just tell him you're sorry.
Absolutely not. Okay, I'm not gonna admit that I cheated on him.
It doesn't have to be true. He just needs to hear that you're sorry.
I mean, we were on top of the Eiffel Tower. I got down on one knee. I popped the question. Everybody's staring at us. She had tears in her eyes. You know what she said to me? She says to me, Bobby.
Oh, good. God for that. What an
What did
idiot.
she say to you?
Who?
The girl on the Eiffel Tower.
Made it up.
I don't know. We never get that far in the story.
$5 says that guy's getting laid tonight.
A guy ready to kill himself and you think his girlfriend is turned on?
Who's punishing? her
Probably.
for cheating? Guilt sex. Help me out here, Buck.
Unfortunately, it's a bit gross how he's talking about it, but oh god.
I need to apologize to you.
Good.
I was completely out of line at the memorial. You didn't deserve that.
You lost your brother.
7 years ago, Devin tried to kill himself. We sent him to therapy. He got better. Then 2 months ago, he started isolating himself again. Wouldn't leave the house.
Makes more sense why he let go now.
Is that I was thinking maybe we could meet up in person over some old-fashioned margaritas.
See, where I'm from, they call that a date.
Yeah, they call it a date. Where
Oh.
I'm asking you out on a date.
I'm realizing that I have some issues when it comes to women and intimacy.
Yeah.
If we went out on a date, I'm pretty sure we'd have sex.
Okay. You think I would just sleep with you? I'm not sure what to make of that.
No, look, it's it's not.
He
you,
does have
It's not you. It's me.
intimacy issues, that's for sure.
Look, I have issues because I like you. Because I know we've only talked a couple times, but talking to you makes me feel really good and safe and curious about life. And I don't have anyone like you in my life, and I don't want to do anything to risk losing you.
That's mature.
For now, I think it's best if we just talk on the phone.
You said no.
Then why are you smiling?
Because I had the nerve to call the guy. And sometimes the right kind of no is better than the wrong kind of yes.
Very true. Important lesson for people to listen to. Very true. Oh.
Headphones with that music up so loud. Hey.
God.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No, 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 no! May! Oh, May! Oh god!
911, what's your emergency?
It's my daughter. She just overdosed. I think she's dead.
Shoot. Okay, that was my reaction to episode 2 of season 1 of 911 Let Go. And I don't even know where to start with this TV show. It is such a roller coaster of emotions. I am laughing one minute, crying the next minute, scared, tense, thirsting over the hot guy. It's such a whirlwind of a show that I've never experienced anything to this level this fast. 2 episodes in, I'm so invested in a lot of these characters' lives and just their work and these cases. And that's what I think amazes me the most about this show so far, is that with a lot of procedurals, like I mentioned last time, the cases can be hit or miss, right? And they can be really good cases, they can be really boring cases, and this show might go down some of that routes eventually anyway. There might be cases that aren't that interesting. But at least what I've seen so far with episode 1 and 2 is that I get very invested very quickly with how tense these cases can be, and that says a lot for the writing of these shows. I'll be interested to look at who actually writes the episodes, whether it's Ryan Murphy or other people, because they just have this way of gripping me in straight away. Like the roller coaster case, right? Fair enough, roller coasters are something I love, so things like Final Destination 3, when it was a roller coaster crash, I was like, oh god, this is going to make me scared. And within 5 minutes of the episode starting, I was almost crying at this guy who all he had to do was reach up and grab his hand. And he chose not to. It wasn't that he couldn't, it wasn't that he tried to and failed, it's that he chose not to. And he chose to let go and die. I just couldn't fathom that thought in my head, that as much as I struggle with mental health and anxiety and things, that moment of I'm choosing to just die rather than grabbing that hand and I'm okay, potentially. It's just too much. It's too much for my brain to process. And for the show to get me that invested that quickly in that one storyline says so much for how this show is made and how brilliant the acting is, the character choices, the plot lines, and the writing and the direction, everything. It's perfect so far. I love it. And that storyline broke my heart, from the guy choosing to die, the guy flying out the roller coaster, it was shocking, the guy choosing to die, and then the fallout with the girl, the sister, who said to the fire officer, the fireman, who was really struggling with his guilt, it's your fault. I get where she was coming from. She got to blame someone, because you can't just accept that he chose to die. She's got to blame someone, and he's the obvious choice to blame in her eyes. And that was so heartbreaking to watch. But I'm going to get onto his storyline a little bit more in terms of the fireman himself. The next case was the the guy with the dogs. I did put two and two together and say, okay, the dogs are in the house, he's scared, he's getting attacked by them, but the door was locked, so why was he in there? But I didn't really think that he was a robber. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but it was fun that she put the pieces together a bit too late, but then went after him and got him in the end. That was really good for her and for her character. The guy who was about to jump off the building, it was played a little more light-hearted with the girl who was like, I didn't do it. And he was like, did you not really do it? She's like, well, now's not the time. But obviously that is a huge thing to go through. But I like that it was played a little, it was serious, but it was little jokey bits here and there. I like the guy who made up the storyline about the girl in Vegas. No, the Eiffel Tower, sorry. And she was like, how did it end? He's like, I don't get to the end of that story. Clearly a story he's made up that he goes through while they're doing that routine. Because what this show highlights, which I know a lot of people take for granted, myself included, is if I'm in a situation and I have to ring the police or an ambulance or a fireman or whatever, that to me is a huge, isolated, hopefully, incident that is crazy intense and, oh my god, this thing's happening to me, please help me. We don't think about the fact that that is every moment of their lives usually. And how 10 times a day, 20 times a day, they have to go to these intense situations and drop it, move to the next one, let go of it, move to the next one and let go. And that title, Let Go, was so perfect for this episode because it did highlight again what episode 1 did, which is they do these things over and over and over, and it's about not taking it with you, which the fireman did. So he felt a lot of guilt with the fact that he couldn't save that guy. But we learned that, we saw that it wasn't his fault. He tried to do the best thing he could, and he said take hold of his hand. He chose not to. So that guilt is understandable because he was there when he died, but it wasn't his fault. And so the course of the episode, we saw him struggling with that guilt, and it was really nice to see him opening up to the therapist. I just knew it was a young, pretty therapist that chose to go over and sit next to him. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And she chose to sleep with him. That made me so mad because he was opening up, and he's clearly got intimacy issues, sex issues, in terms of that's his vice, is I'm struggling with my emotions, let's go have sex. And that's understandable for a lot of people, particularly someone who's young, attractive, and have women throw themselves at him. That's an understandable vice for him to develop because it's so easy to get into that. Like, he was opening up to a therapist, she chose to flirt with him and sit next to him and sleep with him. She could have easily stayed away from him, but she gave him that option to sink into his vice and into his possible addiction. I don't really know. I'm not an expert, so I don't know if it's sex addiction more so than that's his comfort zone, and he had the option to do that as opposed to talking about his feelings, and he took that option. And I blame the therapist wholeheartedly for that. She should not have got across that line, so I'm annoyed with her. And he needs help, but what I do appreciate is that he said no to that date at the end Connie Britton's character. I've not took her name. He's Buckley. He goes by Buck. I don't know her Abby Clark. He said no to her, and I thought it was brilliant because he could see that they have a connection. There's something there, and he doesn't want to mess that up. So let's not go on a date while I'm struggling with my emotions, while I will take every opportunity to have sex with people rather than connect. And that was really good to see. And I liked her storyline as well, how she was dealing with the job, but also her mum and the Alzheimer's. And one of the best characters, was she called Clara? Was it Clara? I'm so bad with names. The nurse that came along, she was brilliant. She was funny. She was feisty. She was great at her job. First and foremost, she was on time. She helped the mum get out of the bedroom, and she was there. And she was present, and she was good at her job. And that was so good. And I like that storyline and how their friendship was developing. Athena and her husband, it's so tough. Every step of that storyline was hard to listen to because she knew he was gay. We kind of knew that. But she kind of wanted to carry on that facade of the relationship, which is understandable, but so unfair to ask of him and herself. She would have realised eventually that's not the right move to make. Now that he's had the confidence to come out, saying, let's stay in this relationship is not good, right? But I can see why she would want that, because it's easier to stay in something that's difficult and keep up that facade than it is to change your whole world around. And I like the fact that he said, I've met someone, because that's going to be an interesting dynamic. However, the end of the episode, the daughter, whether it's just about not being able to deal with the fact that your family's breaking up, your father's gay, or whether there's more stuff going on about school that we don't know about, because we don't know how long it was between the father coming out to her refusing to go to school. Did she go to school? Was she bullied? But she took an overdose, right? But the episode ended and she decided to take an overdose, and Athena found her. Is it too late? I hope not. I really hope not, because we need some happy endings in the show. And whilst it's going to be a hard ride, I don't think it's going to be... I'd like to think that they save her, and that as a family they can work through it, and she eventually realises that what she did was wrong and become close with the father. I don't know, but I'm very scared. But I just want to say that 2 episodes in, this show is tense. Rips me so quickly with every little story twist, every little case they go on, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I can't wait to watch more. And I hope that you guys enjoy this as much as I do, because I don't think I found a show on here or on my private life that 1 episode in, 2 episodes in, I'm almost crying every time. I'm invested. I'm loving it. I can't wait to watch more. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Are you as invested as I am, or am I just an emotional wreck of a human being? Probably the latter. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of Season 1 of 911. Bye, guys, and take care.